back, Rams franchise. And in the last stream, if you look at where our games played, kind of in the top left, top middle-ish left, we won 23-10 against the Ravens in a rematch of the Super Bowl. So for both times we have beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl. 2028 was 49-26, 2032, 4 years in the making. We ended up winning 23-10 with shocker, Kyle Crawford's winning Super Bowl MVP both times. In today's stream, we're going to go for the offseason. That means free agency. But as you see, we have nearly -7 million in cap space, so we aren't going to sign anyone unless that number magically changes to 145 million, which it did go down from -6.87 to -6 million, essentially. So free agency, we're not really going to participate. Obviously, we don't have the money to do so. However, a lot of good guys available. The big thing, however, look at their ages: 36, 35, 34, 34, 34, 32, 30, 32, 35, 31, 32, 30, 34. Nice little 28-year-old mixed in there. And 34. Nice little 26-year-old mixed in there. As you can see, a lot of the good players up there in age. Most of them, let's count quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 14 of the top 15 players ages are 30 and up. So there are some good guys. Like I said, look at Charles Robinson, 83 overall, but 27 years old. He's a good guy for a few years to come, especially with that superstar dev. Then you also look at like Devontae Haskins, same thing, especially if he's a guard, they tend to regress way less slower. You got a nice 25-year-old in Isaiah Covington. You have Joshua Booth, who is 30, but he is a quarterback, so you will get a few quality years out of him before, it goes down. Sean Wall, same thing. We'll get a bit before he goes down. Tyrone Landry, 26. So yeah, a lot of good free agents this year. It's just majority of them are, going to be rentals, kind of band-aids, kicking the can down the road, trying pretty much for teams who can compete or teams who have a desperate need at that position, who are just hoping they can cover it up, maybe not have to waste a draft pick. Speaking of draft pick, I don't really care about combine results, but I suppose it doesn't matter. It brings us to the same thing. Attributes. If we quickly go to my favorites, I haven't done much off-camera scouting. In fact, I literally booted up the game, went to middle linebacker, saw who I liked, favorited them, went to corner, saw who I liked, favorited them. Two reasons. One, I forgot. Two, well, I guess there's three. I literally just woke up, took a shower, and started streaming. I never really had time. I didn't give myself time to scout. So even if I didn't forget, I probably wouldn't have gone very far. And three, well, this could be a nice experience for you guys, getting to see my scouting process. Now, quick thing is my scouting process is probably going to be different than other people's. Probably not as effective as, the people who, normally make videos on the scouting process. This is just kind of my way of doing it. So if I do something stupid, just, realize I am just doing my best. But as you see, we have really good players. We have DeAndre Allen and Jalen Pickney, or not DeAndre Allen, excuse me, Jalen Pickney and James Irving, who are round one corners who are projected to go in the first or the second round. The big concern with both of them is they are 23 years of age, so they are up there, senior citizens. Not bad. But you also look at these round through two through 3 guys who are projected to go into day 3. So it's not necessarily the end of the world if we don't get one of these guys. Like I said, these guys are more than likely going to be cornerback 4s or, eventually will grow into cornerback 3, depending on our cap situation, the cornerbacks contracts. But middle linebacker, LaRon Mitchell and Rasheem Newton, 2 guys I'm really interested in. Round 2 for free talents. We also have Brian Herbert, who I'm not totally against if, we don't happen to get any of them. Basically, I don't plan on trading up, or at least not giving up significant value to trade up. If I, give up a player or something who I genuinely have no future with, not gonna care. Same if I give up like a 6th or 7th round draft pick, not gonna bother me. But I don't want to trade up. I want these guys to naturally fall to me, which, we won the Super Bowl. We're picking at 32, so I do think for sure one of these middle linebackers will. However, these round 1 through 2 corners, probably a different story. But then again, same thing with corners. There's so many round 2 through 3 guys, I'm not really stressing. So, without further ado, we're just gonna start it off by advancing week. We can't really do anything. We don't have money. We have some retirements. Brees Hall, Jordan Brooks, Braden Mann, and John Michael Schmitz. Probably all of them realize, hey, the fact that I'm not getting signed off of stage 1, it's probably time to hang up the cleats. Those are probably guys who could be backups, but they don't want to be. Nick Bosa signs with the Buccaneers. 1 year, $32 million. Max Crosby goes to the Commanders. Quarterback Ted Schultz might have posted as low as 40-yard combine. However, he looks like an Olympic sprint in comparison to my 40. Well, Charles Davis, you are old. I'm kidding. Well, I'm not. I don't know why I'm paying attention to that. We're not taking a quarterback. We have a pretty good one in Carl Crawford. He's won MVP. He's won 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. He's part of the reason we've made the playoffs every year of this series. He's a 99 overall at 27, 28 years old. It's pretty good. All right, we do have 2 things to look over. First thing is going to be the free agency recap. Private workouts, I have no idea who I'm going to do. We're just going to look at signed. If their name's not there, then they didn't get signed, or they're not in the top 100, which is who we all really care about. We're looking for either team signing in division, so Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals, or former guys for us, which I don't think we'd have a single one make it, besides maybe Mac Bates. Charles Robertson, someone I was talking about, one of the few good free agents at the top, ends up signing a 4-year deal with the Cardinals. That's going to be fun. Ben Baker ends up signing with the Ravens. We'll talk about them since we just, kicked their ass in the Super Bowl twice. Leo Chanel, he's up there in age. He gets a 2-year deal with the Cardinals. Steve Avila, former center for us, ends up signing a 1-year deal with the Bengals. Chauncey Tillman, cornerback, signs a 1-year really good deal, honestly, for the Cardinals. That's very cheap. 1-year deal with the Cardinals. Evan Carr, same thing. A bit more on the expensive side, but still really good value nonetheless. 1-year deal. Same with Harold Yarborough. What the Cardinals going off? I have not noticed a Seahawk or a 49er. Justin Herbert, we can talk about changing teams. Went from the Chargers to the Chiefs. Finally, Ben Clayton signs a 1-year deal with the Seahawks. Same with Roderick Flowers. Seahawks going after cornerbacks, apparently. Danny Selvey signs a 1-year deal with the Cardinals. So the Cardinals just looks like going after a lot of 1-year guys. I don't know if he got signed then. It doesn't look like he would have because there's a lot of guys down here. I also think he's a right tackle and I'm looking at the wrong position. Yeah, Mac Bates ends up going unsigned. Maybe teams aren't necessarily looking for backups. He was a great backup, but as a starter, well, he never really started, so probably going to be some uncertainty there. I suppose with all that being said, we can go ahead and look at our team salaries to try and figure out who we should draft. Players who are on a 1-year deal, well, I say 1-year deal, they signed for longer, but are on an expiring contract. Kirk Wall, good backup guy, could look at that. DeMarcus Woods, he's good, but we also do have a replacement for him if we go that route. Shaquille Buckner, rotational. Jameson Leno, rotational backup. Rotational backup. So far, some rotational backup guy. Channing Gatewood, he's a great fullback, but I don't know if that's worth, us paying top dollar for a third string tight end pretty much. Antoine Mays might be his time to go. Dalvin Burst had a really great, time while Derek Samuels was injured, so definitely interested in him. Matthew Smith, great backup. He did really well in the preseason this year, but at the same time, we say that about so many of our guys. Look at let's see if I can remember his name. Mason Tipton, great wide receiver. He's no longer on the team because, well, didn't see. Hayden Carr, our punter, definitely interested in. Stanley Russell, we elected to decline his 5th-year option. He could be someone we look to sign. However, we declined his 5th year for a reason. Chet Pagel, great backup depending on how much he asks. Malik Spruce, I mean, really only traded him because we needed depth to position. Percy Burgess, it's going to depend on, the contract situation. Cameron Kitchen, same thing. You've been great. You're also a 30-year-old now. One of 4 players remaining from the very start of this series. Puka Nacua being the only offensive guy. We have 2 defense in Jared Verse and Cameron Kitchens. And then we have Joshua Carty on the special team, our kicker. Wendell Baker, backup. Matthew Harper, definitely interested in. Abdul York, definitely interested in. Terrence Swiney, definitely interested in. Chris Benton, you're 28, definitely interested in. Fernando, Cliff Drummond, you're 30, but I am still interested. Northcutt, you're 30, am interested in though. Jared Verse, you're 32, might be time to let go. There's a lot of big free agents, whether it be, household names of starters, and then you just got some really valuable backups. So, middle linebacker, we're probably not going to be able to bring back both Northcutt and Percy Burgess simply because, well, you saw how we were this year. We were barely able to afford uh, the players we have now. So asking to pay 2 linebackers, well, that's a bit of a reach. But with that being said, we could also let go Chris Benton because we do have those corners. Like I said, could be a cornerback 4 for year 1. Come year 2, skyrockets. But a big thing to talk about, Jared Verse, like I said, he is a upcoming free agent. We'll go ahead and do these 3 guys to hopefully replace them. As you can see, all the way down there at pick number 32. Here is our draft picks for this one. We have one first, one second. We have the Chargers third, which ended up being like, it looks like they were literally the first, I believe they were the first team to miss the playoffs. Well, no, 14. So they were, they just barely missed the playoffs. We have their third and ours. We also have our fourth as well as Washington and Philly's fourth. Fifth is just ours. Sixth, we have New England and ours. Seventh, we have Washington and ours. We do have Arizona's first next year, so we'll have two of those going into next year. It's really nice having a divisional rivals. So the real question is going to be, what can I expect if I, make a call like, hey, I would like to trade down? Because, as I mentioned, I don't want to trade up. Both of the round one corners are gone, so that makes this decision really easy. We don't even have to worry about trading down. I was hoping at least one of them would still be here. That's not the case. We're just going to make this one real simple. Lerone Mitchell, 22 years old, round one talent. Welcome to the team. Ranked number 9, we took him at 32, hidden depth. Now, the issue with Lerone Mitchell, Lerone, whatever you want to call him, he is a first rounder. I specifically mentioned in the last stream, our second round middle linebackers turn out to be amazing. We have Dylan Northcutt. Percy Burgess is a second rounder. Nathan Hyde was a third rounder. He didn't quite live up to the expectations. Then going back to last series, where we talk about the Cleveland Browns, coach of the UCF Knights for 2.5 seasons, Sean Foster. Second greatest player in that series behind, obviously, Darren Moody, the coach now. Or I said Darren Moody. That's the wrong one. That was the Browns coach. Tyree Spears. Got the receivers mixed up. I'm sorry. But there's that. Let me actually quickly check the outside linebackers. Dom Pierre is definitely someone to look at. Hopefully he just straight up falls to 64. I don't plan on trading up, as I mentioned. Let's go. Dom Pierre, 22 years old. Welcome to the team. Range 67, took him at 64, so really good value. He does have normal dev, but hopefully he's able to blossom. It looks like his stats are pretty good off the get-go. Entering the third round, we do have an early third round pick, number 14, so we don't have to wait all the way to the end. I think you know what position I'm going to be taking with this one. We've, delayed it for a bit. We have a bunch of corners. Ultimately, there's two really good ones I'm deciding between Kari Devine and D'Angelo Spikes. Both went to Alabama, so we could pair them up. The Alabama teammates, we could keep them together. Definitely a possibility. They are both slots. So we're going to go ahead and go to corner. Obviously, if we don't end up getting both of them, I'd like preferably the better one. Which looks like it's Spikes at the moment. Tackling's better, but hip power, ball shedding. Okay. I don't know what that was. Guess maybe I accidentally backed out. I don't know. D'Angelo Spikes is going to be our pick here. In my opinion, he does look like the better one. welcome aboard. 62, took him at 78. Hidden Dev, that's a good pick. Now, may have also saw that our right tackle is in an expiring contract. He is getting up there in age. I reckon with this third round pick, we look to find. Well, actually, we could just probably straight up trade Cliff Drummond. I mean, he is taking up 29.6 million cap space. We do need teams are willing to offer a good player in picks. We're not well. We see the Colts. Honestly, is probably who we might go with. Colts offering a good left. Ooh, the Saints at the same time as well, though. Ooh, the Steelers offering an 85 superstar. But the thing is, he's 23, so that probably means he's going to want some money here soon. We got 2 years. Could definitely be worth investing. Get a nice young guy who is significantly cheaper. But at the same time, I mean, 4 overall is different in 2 years. That's pretty good. They also offered. Hold on. Why am I doing this? I like their trade. Why would I risk this? I could ask for more, I guess. A 4th and a 6th. Is that this year? Steelers? I love the offer. However, if we could push that. Wait, is that? Or is that 2035? That's 2035. That's not. Are we in 2035? No, we're in 33. Steelers, I like the offer. That's just projected, I guess. Steelers, I like the offer. Let's go ahead and make this trade. Little draft day trade. We're going to move him over to right tackle. No, that's right. Right tackle, Matthew Jones. Oh, the music's gone. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's back. So there's tackle address, as well as bolstering up for, years to come drafts. Don't really know what our next positional need is. Maybe a backup tight end if I can find a good one, because like I said, we do have Gatewood on an expiring contract. Don't know if we're going to be able to afford to bring him back. Safety is definitely a shout, but we also have Dion Brown, who is only a 72, but I'd like to at least give him a shot. Let's see what good safeties we could just straight up move one of our corners to safety, maybe. Any good safeties, in my opinion. Going to be honest, I'm seeing a lot of these. This Eric Kerr doesn't look terrible. This would be the time to take him. He is 23. We're going to roll the dice with Eric Kerr. 169 took around 96. Bit of a reach, but at the same time, I do like his potential. It stands out a lot. I think now is a perfect time. If he's still here, he is. Then we pair up the Bama boys. Kari Devine. 74 took him at 103. Also hidden dev. Really like that name, honestly. The Bama boys. That's a nice ring to it. We have a bunch of 4th round picks. I didn't even realize. Oh, that's right. We had 2 of them. Washington and Philly, I want to say. I think the next move is probably looking at a running back, which I immediately see Tevin Justice stands out off the get-go. Can't catch for shit, but that's fine. His power back. I'm not expecting him to. I think we take Tevin Justice here. 81, took him at 121, hidden dev. Really good pick there. Get us a backup running back for the eventual departure of Jamison Leno. Don't necessarily like him that much. Oh, Abu, are you sleepy? We pick right here now. This is honestly, I think, going to be a trade down for, future. A 4th and a 7th from the Bears, from the Bengals, Browns. Who do I think is going to be horrible out of those teams? Seahawks. Well, the Seahawks are actually giving. Screw it, Seattle. We'll take you up on that offer. We have one favorite left. That's Joseph Gibson. We don't need another corner, so we can honestly just let him go. For positional needs, couldn't tell you. D tackle, we don't have a lot of depth on. We kind of have a bunch of good guys, but no real depth. So there's no one real amazing looking. Ooh. Which is an issue. We have some Fs here. If I had to say, I think hit power. We don't really need him to be powerful. I think Montel Foster is probably the best looking of them all. Or we could take Bradley Pippin. But at the same time, none of them look very flashy. What am I talking about? I'm not even looking at this dude. Michael Contreras. He looks pretty good. I will take him. Bit of a reach. End of the 5th. 22 years old. We'll take it, though. 118 took him at 116. That's a good pick in my eyes. Real good value. This is also probably a trade spot. I mean, we can go ahead and look, see who's available. A few day free middle linebackers we can go ahead and take. Okay, so we had the day freeze, CCC, BC, B for C, so D, C, 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 C. Oh, definitely Duncan. We'll go ahead and take Britton Duncan. 155, got him at 169. Really good. This one is probably going to be a trade down. We could get a 6 in in future years. Or we could take Seahawks 6 and 7. Okay, Seattle, we'll take your 6th and 7th. Absolutely gut you guys. We have 3 more picks. This is now pretty much just going to be depth guys. We could use a third string corner now, or quarterback. Colin Owens doesn't look terrible off the get-go. Short accuracy, really good. Medium accuracy is a C, which is, tied for the best. Deep accuracy is a B. Throw under run is a C. Throw under pressure. Can't really break a sack. But honestly, go ahead, take Colin Owens here. Get ourselves a third string corner quarterback. Not the greatest pick. Ranked 299. Took him at 199. Stats can be deceiving. It's fine though. Like I said, third string quarterback will give him time to develop, hopefully. Favorites, I assume they are all gone. Yeah. Now we probably want to get another receiver. Looks like DeAndre Douglas is like a short guy. His deep route running is horrible. But so is literally everyone's here, it looks like. And the other 2 guys who have B's for it have F's for, the other 2. Thinking either Brandon Washington or DeAndre Douglas. Douglas is a scheme fit. We'll go ahead and just take Douglas. Whoa, maybe not. 24 years old. That's old. Absolutely not. Brandon Washington. 188 took him at 213. Pretty good. And finally, Mr. Irrelevant. We're probably going to want to take a tight end here. Oh, there's a lot. I did not know there would be. All right, we'll keep that in mind as well. Honestly, there's only one blocking tight end left in Brian Vance, so we might we'll take Brian Vance, Mr. Irrelevant. We don't have any plans for him. We're not even able to check how good he is, but get a nice blocking tight end. Sounds like the fans were pissed. 58 overall. All right, listen. It's the final pick of the draft. What? We're drafting for need. He was a blocking tight end. We're going to take him. All right, so let's look. Starting out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 picks. We're on Mitchell, 76 overall. Hidden Dev is a great start. It makes it really easy to now know, like, hey, Percy Burgess honestly might not be that worth it. Dom Pierre, second round, 72 overall. Normal Dev, it sucks. It's a good overall, but normal Dev definitely sucks. D'Angelo Spice with a 72 hidden in the third is really good. Eric Kerr, pretty good pick. Same thing. 67 isn't bad, but having normal Dev really sucks. Kari Devin and Tevin Justice going in the fourth, both with hidden devs, both at 71, really good there. In the fifth, getting Michael Contreras, getting him at a 69 overall, normal dev is good. Britton Duncan, same thing in the sixth, 67, normal dev. I mean, we're in the fifth, sixth round, so it doesn't matter. And seventh round, 63 isn't terrible for the seventh. It's not great. Brandon Washington, 66 is really good. And then 58, I mean, he'll probably be a practice squad guy year one, but after that, who knows what could happen. He could have, like I said, we need a blocker. If he can be a blocking tight end, I think we're good. With that being said, I think we had a really good draft. The only real pick I don't like is the blocking tight end, but that was the final pick in the draft, and as long as he can, develop into a blocking tight end, we don't need him to catch the football or anything. We need him to block, serve as kind of an extra O lineman. Dalvin Burst and Derek Samuels, they can go and catch the ball, all right? We already got two guys. Hopefully we're able to re-sign Dalvin Burst, because if not, then, well, not a great look. But, like I said, really good. One thing I want to check is free agency. I want to see the receivers and see the 24-year-old we didn't end up drafting. DeAndre Douglas, 65. So he was actually really good by us. And overall worse. But what we're going to do is we're going to be nice. We're going to sign him anyway. He's not going to probably make the team, but he was literally like the sole undrafted guy I was really interested in. As well as I guess we can look at a tight end. None really stick out, so, I mean, look at it. 61 overall is the highest guy out of all the ones who are left, so. I don't think I made a bad choice. Could have been worse. Could have been Dwayne Jennings, no offense. Made a good pick. So now I'm even happier. We're going to go to depth chart simply because I feel like there's going to be some guys who I want to play who aren't going to have the chance to play. Johnny Crawford, I completely forgot about. We'll honestly probably not even keep him around. We'll probably like to go with Colin Owens. Running back, I guess, I know we can give you that final little bit. Receiver, Steve Beasley, I'm sorry. But we're going to elect to go with Brandon Washington, the rookie. Tight end should be the same. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I took a single um oh, it's fine. We have plenty of tackles or backup O linemen. Left end, I don't think I took any. Right end, then D tackle, I did. He's at number 4. That's good. Outside linebacker, Stanley Russell. I mean, you play right, so we're just gonna give it to him regardless. Middle, unfortunately, Malik Spruce. We're gonna give this one to Duncan, just for now. We're more. I mean, one of you two is like getting traded. We had the Bama boys at the 4 and the 5, and safety. I don't think he should start. Yeah, which is fine because same thing. I mean, we could probably end up trading DeMarcus Woods. In fact, it's preseason. Let's go ahead and look at doing stuff like that now. So we're gonna do DeMarcus Woods. Nobody's interested. I don't blame them. Was there any team? Okay, Bears have safety as a team need at number 4. But, well, actually, let's just look at team safety situations. Bears got 2 young guys. Bengals could definitely use a guy because the Bears just drafted one. Maybe for some competition. So we're looking at Bengals at the moment as the leader. I think it makes sense to do the Jaguars. They don't have anyone, and well, their best guy is a 73, so bring in some competition. Or same with the Patriots, honestly. Oh, we're at the top. Question is, I want to see what did I draft DeMarcus Woods at? 7th round pick. So if we're able to get a 6th round pick, this is a win. I'm inclined to do Jaguars and then Patriots, even though the team needs don't reflect that. We're not going to be picky. We're going to simply, like I said, ask for a 6. I believe if we get that, that would be a win. Jaguars, go ahead and do that gladly. So there you go, Eric Hurd. You have your opportunity now. Don't know how much playing time, if any, that'll wind up getting you, but hey, at least you're now officially on the depth chart, not, just straggling there. Other guy, this was one I'm actually really excited for because I think the value will be there. It's a big position and it's a young guy with a lot of potential. Where did we draft you at, Mr. Russell? You were a 1st round pick, weren't you? Oh boy, you were a 1st rounder? Where were you, Buckner? Please don't tell me we drafted you. Well, you were a fourth. I don't think we're making up the value on any of these guys. I'd rather trade away Stanley Russell, though. I like the Bills so far because they're offering a fifth and a pretty decent player. Makes me think they might be willing to. Raiders are offering a Raiders. I see green. No, yo. I think the Raiders would be our best shot. They need a left outside linebacker. Obviously, I doubt I get a first. I don't even want this year's, though. I want to build for the future. Not terrible. So, second round pick is definitely on the table. All right. So, we ended up taking a first or drafting him in the first, but we end up getting a second. So, honestly, it's not the worst. I don't know how we ended up taking him in the first. I guess, we got deceived. But nonetheless, preseason game number 1. Shaquille Buckner. The only reason I'm keeping you around is because I didn't feel like you would have nearly as much trade value as, well, whatever the dude's name was, Leonard. So yeah. Without further ado, I probably should have checked our cap situation. It's fine. We can look at that later if I remember. But happy early Memorial Day to everyone. Gonna be honest, don't really know what the point of Memorial Day. It sounds like it's to honor, dead people. So, R.I.P. Not trying to be a dick. I just genuinely don't know. Hopefully, if you're in school, or if you're in school and they give you the day off, I hope you enjoy your day off. Same thing with work. If you work somewhere and they give you the day off, hope you enjoy that. Me, unfortunately, because it's Monday, Memorial Day is, I'm not off. I get to work, but that's fine. I'm not upset because if I wanted it off, I should have asked for it off. I didn't ask for it off, so the one dude who I've already proven is the one who gets the touchdown. You love to see it. That's like Antoine Mays getting the touchdown. We already know you're good, bud. But I'm not upset because I do get the switch 2 days off that I asked for, the 4th, 5th, and 6th. So, oh boy. Oh, Roman Fletcher ends up suffering an injury. So we might actually get to see not Steve Beasley, but DeAndre Douglas. Come on, Dalvin. Stop being selfish. Roman Fletcher's out there. Okay, good. What a throw! Chet Pagel. Oh nah, we have a good backup, bro. Oh, Justice, we get to see our new guy. 4th round pick. 58. I'm gonna remember that. You were supposed to take the outside guy, and I was, gonna have a lot of running room. I mean, I'll let Chet Pagel cook, honestly. Okay, Jameson Leno, way to stay on your feet. I don't think I played a single defensive play this game. Speaking of the Switch 2, I'm not trying to mislead any of you guys. This is simply what I've heard. Do not take this as fact. I have heard that there is going to be a direct. And like I said, I've heard this from someone who leaks. So I'm going off of what the leaker says, not me. Tell me Terry Coleman threw one pass for 6 yards. Okay. Who's their quarterbacks outside that? Did I have another guy? Ellen Schmidt, 1 for 3. And then they also had George Simmons. He ended up getting injured. Okay. I heard there was from his name was like Brazil. I don't know how accurate it is. I've heard he's accurate. I'm just going off what other people say. Either the launch week or the week after, there's gonna be a Switch 2 Direct, pretty much for like the holiday early 2026 games. So like expect like I don't know like maybe Luigi Mansion 4 for Halloween like they did that one year. Or pretty much any holiday game for like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, kind of the end of the year. Chet Pagel, 18 for 29, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns. We'll take it. Rushing, Nazir Queen. Well, doesn't really matter. Jameson Leno, 7 for 32, 4.5 yard average, and a touchdown. Tevin Justice, 3 for 12. Antoine Mays getting involved as well. You want to see it. Receiving, Dalvin Burst leading the way, 7 for 90 and 2 touchdowns. Rashard Fletcher, I've been saying Ramon. Whoopsie. 5 for 67. Nakua, Ramirez. Brandon Washington, 2 for 17. Antoine Mays, 1 for 15. Tevin Justice, 1 for 31. Antoine Mays also got the touchdown. Forgot. What a throw that was by Pagel. Philip Ellington, the right guard, allowing the only sack. Total tackles. 7 for D'Angelo Spikes and Dion Brown. 6 for Percy Burgess. 5 for LaRon Mitchell and Matthew Smith. Tackles for loss, we have D'Angelo Spikes and Matthew Smith. Sacks, Matthew Smith and Jared Verse. Interceptions, we have none. Forced fumbles, we have none. All right. And then kicking, doesn't really matter. Punting, 54.2 average. Look at that. I just realized, again, we got the win week 1. We don't have to worry about going winless in the preseason. That's a nice, little weight to be lifted off of the shoulders. So yeah, like I said, Switch 2 Direct in one of the first 2 weeks of the launch. No games yet, or at least no, I haven't heard anything. And I do feel likely there will be a Direct in June because we always seem to get one in June. Yeah, I don't know. That was awkward silence. We always seem to get one in June, pretty much. Okay, the lineup's good. Always good enough. Pretty much we always get one in June for like the end of the year, end of year, early of the year. It feels like we always get kind of three of them. One around June, and June's like always a guarantee. I believe there's been a July one, but pretty much other than that, it's always been June. There seems to normally be one in September, and there normally seems to be one in like the February, March area. Which I really like. Because that September one is kind of uh it feels more like it gives us more information on the games we already know are coming. Plus, it'll maybe throw in a new game or two there. And then the early of the year one, like the February March, tends to be for like summer. And it's kind of a cycle that keeps repeating. It gives us like new news on the games we know. Like I said, if they announce a new game in that one, whatever, the September one, or that, February, March, April 1, they give us a little bit of insight. And then the same thing, they announce games for one of them in the February, March period. What a return. Yeah, I really like it how they always give us more information on games we already know about. I know some people don't hate it. They're like, oh, we want to see new stuff. You gotta remember, right? Yes, Nintendo probably could make a new video game every, like, 2 months. But can't guarantee how good it would be. What? Okay. I thought there was like no world where he didn't get across there, but where's the football? I mean, that that's probably the best angle we're gonna get. It's preseason. We're gonna practice our challenging skills. They're gonna say it stands. Okay. Sorry, Jameson Leno. I was trying to get you to touchdown. I felt like you got it, but ultimately, rest don't agree. Gotta say, that's probably it was a stupid challenge. In my opinion, that's one of the sacred. You call what you call. If you called it short, you called it short. If you called it a touchdown, it's a touchdown. It was too close to overturn. Chip shot for Cardi. I'm talking about Playboy or the B. 58 yarders. Okay. This is not a chip shot. And the wind's going against us. Oh boy, that one. Whew, hook that. So, yeah. For games, I do think, I guess this is kind of, I don't know what to really talk about. Nothing's happening in the NFL world. Training camp's getting close, but not quite there yet. So I guess we'll talk about stuff I have interest in. Games I'm expecting to come out. I know people are saying a 3D Mario. As much as that would be nice, and I do think it's possible with how long they took between, the Switch and the Switch 2, I do think it's possible. I don't know. Because I'm more inclined to believe if they were to do it. And here's why. So, for the Switch 1, we had 2 games, or 2 3D Mario games. And for like this scenario, I am counting Donkey Kong as Mario. They're, in the same, they're like, how do I say it? They're like, I don't know. It's like if they were to release a 3D Wario game. They have their own game genre. Same thing with like a 3D Peach or a 3D Yoshi, all these. They have their own genre, but they're also in the same, like, characters. It's like they build off of each other. So I am counting Donkey Kong as a 3D Mario game. They kind of coexist. Is like the perfect way to put it. For the Switch, we had Odyssey, which was our new one, and then we had 3D World, and I'm counting Bowser Fury as the same thing. And then we had 3D All-Stars. So honestly, why didn't you put your hands up? So I guess we have 3 of them. I don't think there's going to be another 3D All-Stars type shit, even for Mario's 40. I think what they're likely going to do, and this is my prediction, is we're going to see Donkey Kong, and I do think we'll get another 3D Mario, but I think it's probably going to be Galaxy 2 remake. I just don't see... I'll put my controller down. We're taking this to a 2-minute warning. I just don't see them making... Or, well, let me reiterate. I think they could. I just think it would be later down the line. I don't think we're going to get 2, 3D Mario franchise games in the same, like, calendar year. When I say calendar year, I mean, like, announced. Because there's probably a good chance it doesn't come out immediately. I just don't, unless it's a remake. Which, like I said, I don't even think Galaxy 2 would come out that fast. So, with that being said, that's my take. I think we will get... Oh, that's case not going in, is it? Ooh, it is. I think we will get Galaxy 2 and Donkey Kong. I don't necessarily know about anything else. I do think, and I've said this literally every year since the Switch came out, because it's perfect. I think at this point we will finally either get a new Mario sports game, like a whole new one, or like one we haven't really seen. Like there was Mario Hoops Free on Free or whatever. I think we'll get maybe like a basketball or a football. I mean, we have the characters to do that now. Or I think we'll finally, and I really hope it's this one, because yes, I love Mario Football, but I just don't think that game would be good. Mario Baseball. It's my second favorite game ever, Mario Super Sluggers for the Wii, behind only Minecraft. It's time, Nintendo. You have more characters you could, implement. For example, you got Rosalina, you got Pauline. you have, and I don't necessarily know if they'll do this. You have you have some other like spin-off games characters you could use. Like for example, you could use Odyssey characters, like Cappy and Tiara or whatever her name is, or some other people like the New Dawn people or the Toast Arena people. You have Wonder, where you could use the Poppies, or I think that's what they're called, or something like that. I'm accepting that. That was bullshit. You have 3D worlds, so you could add the little fairy people. Or you could take a Mario Kart world approach. I mean, add in a bunch of enemies and bring back some other guys like the Penguin. Granted, I don't think a fishbone would work, but then again, it shouldn't work in. What a catch! Rashard Fletcher! They're gonna say he did get 2 feet down. What a catch! Oh my goodness! Rashard Fletcher! So yeah, I think there's plenty of avenues they can take. They also can take other like old ones. Like I said, we never had Rosalina, so there's possibility for, Galaxy people. There is a lot they could do. Yeah, that's my take. I think there's, and like I said, I can see it for American football as well. Because in baseball, you need 9 people. If they do a Mario football series, it's probably going to be 11, and they're just going to have them recycled offense and defense. So I could see either of them. I mean, we have the roster for it. We could also add in, like Captain Toad as like a captain. There's like 3 new, going off of baseball, the 12 people we have. There's now Rosalina, Pauline, Captain Toad's a possibility. Oh, I accidentally took a timeout. Whoops. I don't even know what play I called. It's like it's man coverage. They might. I mean, they're out of timeouts. They're not going man up 3 deep or Hail Mary, whatever it's called. Down he goes! Woohoo! But then if they did that, they'd also need probably a 16th captain, and I'm trying to think of who could be captain number 16. I can't think of anyone. Because they got the spinoff, right? They got the 2 for everyone. Oh, I guess they could do Toadette maybe as a captain, but I don't know. I feel like that would they would probably never get picked. Ultimately, I think they probably just do 14 captains. unless they were to make already existing characters in the captains. I mean, there's a few good ones. I mean, you got King Boo. He's definitely taken like a rise of fame. Like when you or oh, there we go. They could add Egad. I mentioned him. Perfect. No, he's the same thing as kind of the Donkey Kong characters, where they really only make appearances in Donkey Kong games, but it's not like one-off characters. For example, like Cappy or Prince Florian, the fucking caterpillar bitch. Definitely some possibilities there. But yeah, that's kind of my take. I think there's definitely possibility. I think we will see one of those three sports: baseball, basketball, football. I don't. Oh, I didn't jump, and we fucking knocked him in the end zone. What the fuck? The DB did your route for you. Oh my goodness, what is happening? I can't kick a field goal on that. That's not happening. That's insane. I didn't know they still did home field advantage because it no longer shows up. I guess that's just natural or some shit. We would. Nah, he caught that. There's no way he didn't. Yeah, I was about to say, there's no way he didn't. Well, there's a. Go on! Go on, George Ramirez! Making everyone miss. This should be a good game. The Bills made the championship game. They lost to the Ravens, so. Two of the top 4 teams off of last year. Keenan Poindexter, we love to see it. If you were to ask me out of the three Mario based or sports games I was talking about, I'd say baseball is the most likely because they already know like that game can sell rather than take a risk. However, I think it is very reasonable we should see all, well, maybe not all three, but I don't know how long they plan on recycling fucking tennis and shit. I mean, you look, we've gotten tennis and golf pretty much every year. Or not every year, but every console. They just now reintroduced strikers, which fucking sucks. And I pray they don't do what they've been doing with these sports games. Holy shit! Never calling that again. I thought it was going to be the punter throwing the football, not fucking Gatewood. We got caught by Keon Coleman. If we didn't, we might have been gone. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion. Strikers, and what I mean is all of the sports games, tennis, golf, and soccer, every single one of them was the same way. We're going to release the game, and then we're going to announce while the game is being released, hey, we are going to be adding free DLC. And the big issue with that is golf and tennis I didn't mind because it was minor characters who, didn't play a main role. And strikers, who was it? Was it Daisy they didn't release with? That cannot happen. Daisy is a mainstay character. If Daisy isn't in a game, people are going to notice and be upset. So that really hurt strikers, was not having Daisy as a launch character. George Ramirez, what a catch! Okay, they want to take the extra point. Don't. Okay, it's not. Ooh, that better not be short. Boop. A nice little floater in there. I think for the Switch 2, how you gotta be Nintendo is you cannot plan DLC. It has to be something that comes up after the games come out. If you're going to do it. It cannot be something that's planned from the get-go. We're going to release it unfinished and then add on. So yeah, that's how I am with sports games. Or Nintendo sports game. It's the same thing. Look at Switch Sports as well. That wasn't even Mario, but that was still sports. It released unfinished. Here's what do they come out with? Bowling, tennis, volleyball, Shambara, and badminton. And it's like, oh, we'll be adding golf. What would have made Switch Sports so good is the constant flow of modes being added. I'm not the fact that golf wasn't a launch title was bad. They should have made it to where it was like a resort. Except that's how people would have kept coming back. I got my ankles broken. Quite frankly, I shouldn't have switched on there. I should have switched off. But we come through strong. Whew. So yeah, What would have made Switch Sports great? People were upset about the Mii's. I don't know why you would take that out. That should have been like a no-brainer keep in. But what you should have done is should have just been constantly adding sports. Like basketball, we should have seen. Baseball not being in is ridiculous. That was one of the boxing, same thing. Those were what made Wii Sports so good, and you're telling me those weren't included? So yeah, that's kind of how I stand with. Do not release unfinished stuff. I'm okay with you planning DLC with the launch. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. But don't make it stupid like it was with Strikers, where we didn't get Daisy to start off with. Ramon Fletcher, or damn, Rashard Fletcher. Let's go. 33 seconds of free timeouts. Bills need a touchdown. Whew, 28 seconds now. 2 timeouts. They need to go 60 yard. Well, 59. Home play action is ballsy. I respect it. Oh, Wendell, you gotta pick that. I get it was contested and all that. Man, that would have been so good. All right, 15 seconds are down to the 35. They are moving. $11 seconds down to 23. They're making progress at a scary fast rate. Ooh, a bad throw. 8 seconds left. You have time for 2 plays. You're not confined to, calling man up or Hail Mary. Busted coverage. There's no way to put it. I mean, how the fuck did he get wide open? Okay, pretty cool. Damn you pussies, you ain't even giving me a chance. Please tell me we can get down in 3 seconds. Okay. Got as much yards as I could. Now it's time to sling it down the field. Oh, Justice, get your ass down there. You going to? I'm accepting it, but I'm not kicking a field goal. I'm going for it. Pass interference on the offense? What the fuck? I didn't know that was a thing. Hey. That's insane. I didn't know that was a thing. I was expecting that to be defense. I did not know the offense could get pass interference on a Hail Mary. Oh boy, a new injury. Who is this? Cordell Newman. fuck. He's going to be out the first 5 weeks. All right, Bama boys, time to step up. Chris Ben, looks like we ain't going to trade you until the deadline, which is fine. Oh, my fingers. All right, we got a storyline interview, and then we got some other business to attend to. Oh my gosh, I don't care. I'm picking the first one every time. These damn sideline ones are just out there to fucking make me feel stupid. Hold on! People are booing Brian Vance got hidden dev. Let's go! Hey, my boy! Okay, we're gonna go by position, if I could. There we go. Get out of here, Johnny Crawford! Oh, you just want me to get rid of Colin Owens? No, he's here to stay. We'll keep you for now, Dickinson, but you're probably going to be cut at the end of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out of here, Beasley. DeAndre Douglas, unfortunately, no. Keep you on the practice squad, though. Tight end. All right, there we go. Left tackle. You're both good. Left guard. You have a few guards. We could. Okay. Paul Walker. Gonna end up cutting you. Daniel Lincoln. We'll go ahead and put you on the practice squad. Going over to the edge rushers now. You're both safe. Yeah, sure. Why not? Chris Floyd will practice squad you. D tackle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Daquan McCarthy will go ahead and practice squad you. 6 more to go. You're both chill. You're both chill. 1, 2, 3. Guaranteed good. We'll go ahead and cut you, Malik Spruce. Thank you for last season. We got you a ring, so you can't really be upset at us. And E4 will be our guys. Corner. There's going to be... we'll put Shamir Furman on the practice squad. Safety, there should be a few. We can practice squad you. Safety, same thing. And we can practice squad you. And that leaves us with, unfortunately, Marquez Dickerson. We need a halfback who is practice squad eligible. I mean, perfect. Let's bring in Kawhi Pierman. He was on the team last year. We might as well bring him back. And that should do it. I guess since I showed you guys how I normally do scouting, we can go ahead and show you how I normally do the scouting or the hiring and assign scouts part as well. First off, we do that. Generator rookies. We then go ahead and we go to our depth charts, our lineup, and look at positional needs. So positional needs, gonna be honest, don't really have a whole lot. I reckon we go. We probably go safety because Cameron Kitchens, as much as I said I like Deion Brown, Eric Kerr, I don't think they're quality starters. We probably go that. We probably go edge rusher or like right end, left end. We probably go outside linebacker. We probably go into, and then we probably go to 2 lines. This is a really tough season because I'm really happy with how our roster is, both starters and backups. So this is going to be a tough one. Middle linebacker, we're going to go ahead and fire you. Fire you. Outside linebacker we can keep. Tackle we can keep. We can keep you. You three can keep your jobs. So we need. What was it? Safety. Go ahead and hire Tamara Park. And we need a 2-star edge. The end. There we go. So Frankie Sanders, welcome aboard. Now we go to my scouts. This is how I do it. 3-star, no matter what it is, you always go national. Always go national. Then you do your 2-star. So for us, defensive end. We go ahead, we'll just go to West for quickly. We go to left end. There's no one. Is there seriously no one? Okay, left end's out of the question. Central is already winning by default. I still think Central's winning. I think Central won that one. So we go ahead, we go Scouts, we go Central. Then we pick our next biggest need, which in my opinion is going to be interior offensive lineman. So now we pick out of all of them that isn't Central, or oops, left guard, center, right guard. It's pretty solid guys. Right guard, center, left guard. I think Southeast just barely has it. Okay, we'll go Southeast. Or honestly, that one was really close. We can honestly save it. We can go offensive tackle. This one sucks because you have to scroll. Oh, we're in Central. Whoops. So apparently tackle is just ass. Okay, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day free guys / UDFAs. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're gonna go Southeast for tackle because there's simply just more guys. It's a really bad one. So Southeast, which means you get Northeast, which means by default, since you are our final interest, you get West. But, I mean, for good measures, we'll go ahead and check the outside linebackers for West. Some day free undrafted guys, pretty good. Same thing. Some guys who, because you have to prioritize it, not by necessarily talent there. Because there's a bunch of round 1 through 2 guys. That's good and all. But for me, I don't want that for my final one. I want, to round, 3 through 4 day free undrafted guys who will be quality depth players. Because that's the whole reason that's why they're there. It's so I can establish depth. Because think about it. I don't have 5 first-round picks, so I'm not going to be able to pick one from each category. So I have to strategically game plan, like, okay, for the later rounds, who's going to be there? That's the whole way I draft. Because, like I said, I don't have 5 first-round picks. As much as it would be nice to do that, that's just super unrealistic. So yeah, can't really do that. For those 1-stars, I'm kind of looking at, pretty much round 3 through 4 and below. So then day 3 and undrafted. The occasionally round 2 through 3s as well for those, but there weren't really any. For national guy, you're not looking at all. For the 2-stars, you're looking for the round 1 through 2 top 5 guys. Those guys who if you are taking with your first pick, the guys you are expecting to be franchise guys, game changers. Occasionally, like I said as well, rounds 2 through 3 because you can always, and you see me always finding hidden gems in those rounds. Just because it's the second round and it's not the first round does not mean you can't find quality guys. A lot of this team is, round 2 guys. Dylan Northcutt, for example, what will probably end up being the Madden 26 head coach. He was a round 2. Nazir Queen. He was a round 2. George Ramirez. Shall I say? Round 2. He's quickly turned. He is competing with Puka Nacua right now for a wide receiver 1 spot. Henry McDowell. He's round 2, I believe. I'd rather we traded up in the first to get him. Yeah, round 2. Percy Burgess, like I talked about. He's round 2. Matthew Harper, I want to say he's round 1, but second round. Look at it. The first round pick is nice because you get that 5th year, you get who you want. Like Isaiah Dawson here, he's great. Levi Boley, I believe he is a first rounder. No, he's a second rounder too. The list keeps on growing. Carl Crawford, he's second overall. So he was our guy. Quarterback is the only position where I feel like you have to get the guy in the round 1. All these other positions, you can, get in the second, third round and be good. I mean, look at Dalvin Burst. This dude was really good for us last year, taking over for an injury. 4th round pick. You can get good guys late in the draft. I mean, look at Justice. He's hidden dev, 4th round. Let's look at the Bama boys. One was in the 3rd, one was in the 4th. There are so many players. And yes, the first round normally produces the best because you have the highest chance of success. There's a reason they're projected to go in the first because they are believed to have the highest ceiling. But there's also these guys in the rounds, 2, 3, and 4. The diamonds in the rough. That's who I tend to go after. Because like I said, these people who are projected to go in the first round, like I said, Carl Crawford was the only guy who I really wanted. I traded up to get him. That's how much I wanted him. He was the only guy. I traded up to 2 because first overall, I want to say was Giants, and they just took a quarterback that year. So they weren't taking another one. So I traded up to 2nd because I knew the Giants wouldn't take one. And after that, it was unknown. Probably I thought the next team would. So, yeah. And look, it panned out. So, at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, if you think a guy is really worth getting, especially in the first round, go get him, like I did with Carl Crawford. But also what I'm saying is, take it from experience. Like I said, I went after a guy, I got him. He's turned out to be probably the best quarterback I've ever had competing with the Falcons franchise guy. I don't even remember his name. It was so long ago. Denario Henson. He was great. And then again, also, there's. I'm also going to say, I've been extremely lucky with this series. It's not every day you get a quarterback who ends up being great. Bears franchise, once I moved on from Justin Fields, I took a guy in the 2nd round. He ended up being ass. But I rolled with him for 2 extra years. I rolled with him for 3 years. He was the backup for 1 year, and he started for the next 2. So that was a huge setback. So we're looking, Justin Fields, I'm pretty sure I rolled with him for a year, maybe 2. We're looking 4 years where I didn't really have a good quarterback. This year, this series, I started out with Matthew Stafford, all right? We got 3 good years of him as a starter. We made the playoffs every time. Granted, his stats weren't the greatest, but he won us games, all right? Interceptions sucked, but he won us games. Now we move on to Carl Crawford. You know how lucky I was to be able to get him because there's other guys who could have been good. And same thing with him. Carl Crawford could have been bad. And I truly believe that is how every single player in every single draft is. It is situational based. Because that quarterback who I talked about in Bears franchise, who I took in the second round, he signed with the Vikings. Was he the greatest? No. But he was a good quarterback. He was a guy who the Vikings never really were replacing. He wasn't doing jaw-dropping things like, Carl Crawford did, but he was a good, serviceable quarterback. Think of him like Kyler Murray. Yes, you could do better, but at the same time, it is way easier to do worse. Granted, not talking about Madden Kyler because the Cardinals replaced him immediately. Jeremiah Matthews and Jason Logan, the Browns guy and the Cardinals guy. Those were the two quarterbacks I wanted. Didn't get either of them, and that was a good thing because it allowed me to get Carl Crawford. So what I'm saying is, one, the draft is extremely lucky because, like I said, I believe in real life. I don't know how much truth there is to Madden because it's just kind of luck-based, Madden. No matter how good a player could be, like for example, Cam Ward. For example, he could be great in Tennessee, but he also could suck. Then we look at, Jackson Dart. Same thing. Could be great in New York, could suck. But then there's also the possibility where, you flip-flop them. Jackson Dart goes to Tennessee. Cam Ward goes to New York. They both do amazing. Basically, what I'm saying is, organizations do some things better, some things worse. Let's look at the Titans. They're running back elite. But then you look at, their wide receiver, lackluster, old, Then we look at the Giants, Darius Slayton. He's been a very quality guy. For years to come. Malik Neighbors, he looks like and I will say this rookie receiving class between Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas Jr. looks elite. It could be seriously the best receiver class we've seen, and it's crazy to think when we just had ones that had what was that? Who was in that 2020 class? There was Justin Jefferson. There was Brandon Ayuk, T. Higgins, CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy. Was that? Yeah, because who was that? Michael Pittman. And those are only the early round guys. There's some steals. Same with 21. We had Jamar Chase, Vontae Smith, Jalen Waddle. Really early on. Those are all top 10 picks, and they've been amazing. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I feel like no matter how good or bad a player is, they need to go to the right organization. They need the right thing. For example, Patrick Mahomes, I think he went to the best possible thing. The Chiefs have been great with quarterbacks. They've had, some really good ones. Alex Smith was there for a while. They had, what's his name? The 49ers guy. Joe Montana. How the fuck do I forget Joe Montana? Towards the end of his career. Right? What I remember the Chiefs as when I was younger was they always made the playoffs, but they never really did anything. Pre-Mahomes. Then they get Mahomes. He sits a year behind Alex Smith. That's really good. He takes over. He's never not made it to the championship game. You hear me flexing about how I've never not made the playoffs in this series. Mahomes has done it for the same amount of years. He's never not made a championship game. He's made it to the Final Four every single year he's been a starter. That's insane. So yeah. But then you also look at in that class, you had Mitch Trubisky. He pretty much got thrown into the fire into a bad team. It didn't work out, right? And I know I'm talking what ifs. What if Mitchell Trubisky sat behind Alex Smith and won on that Chiefs team? We could be talking about Mitch Trubisky being the next great guy while Patrick Mahomes being the bust. Or, we could be looking at the same thing. Maybe Mahomes balls out in Chicago while Mitch Trubisky kind of stutters in Kansas City. He's probably not even there anymore. And then you also have Deshaun Watson. Did well with Houston, but now that he moves on to Cleveland, whole different guy. Granted, that's a lot of that I feel like is due to, just his self-consciousness. He knows what he did, and I feel like that's affecting him. So, yeah. But that is going to do it for this stream. What I'm trying to say is no matter who you take, it's a gamble. I just feel like Carl Crawford's right team, right time. And that's why I always try and do a quarterbacks in Madden. Even though it's fucking Madden, it doesn't really matter. I always try and draft a quarterback a year, sometimes even two before I need them. Look at just because you never, and it's the same thing with draft class. I loved Carl Crawford. I didn't know who was going to be in the next draft class. So, yeah, that's also a game, but you never know how the next draft class is going to look. So, it was one of those where I was willing to reach for him. I didn't really like the quarterbacks enough to trade up in year one. Year two, I did. Allowed him to sit behind Matthew Stafford for a year, and then let him take over. I even re-signed Matthew Stafford so he could continue mentoring him just as a backup this time. And look what happened. We have 2 Super Bowls now with Carl Crawford. And I want to say, I could be wrong, but I want to say Matthew Stafford was on the team for the first one. Like I said, I could be wrong. Let's see. Stafford played 4 years, so we can actually check. Okay, 1 Super Bowl, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so he wasn't. Oh, I feel horrible. Okay, but anyway, with everything being said, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. I've been rambling for too long. Goodbye.